Namaskar and Jai Hind. These episodes and subsequent almost a week and a half will be focusing on parents and the educators. The sole purpose of focusing on parent and educators is we would like to reach out to them. We would like to make them aware that collectively it's our responsibility together to think better about the future of this nation. And to think better about this nation, I think there are several aspects. Out of that, one aspect which we are going to discuss is importance of art, music, and other activities in development of mind. There are several psychological aspects which exist. Hare Krishna, Kapendarji. Uh, there are several aspects exist in this world which makes a student a better version of himself. Just science, maths, physics, and related engineering related subjects. When we used to learn, I think it was our time when the distractions were minimum. We were able to focus on the core topics, and probably at that time venue of entertainment were only Chitrahar. Worst come worst, in a best case scenario, there was a movie once in a week. Then Ramayana has started thanks to Ramanand Sagar and brothers, and then B.R. Chopra has came up with Mahabharat. Now, when we compare our time with this, the time of OTTs, time of open platform, Netflix, and all that, it's a very crucial time for your kids, for my kids also. So, before that, I would like to begin with introduction of our panel. We have Harish Mehta ji. Namaste, Harish Mehta. He is coming with a rich experience about educating the adults to change their mindset, to provide them a mentality which, in his term, it has been defined as an abundance mindset, resetting your thinking for the happiness. Before we move on to Harishji, I would like to share a story about a music band, Beatles.
England, July 6th, 1957. 16-year-old John Lennon meets 15-year-old Paul McCartney at a church garden party. Lennon's band, the Quarrymen, had just played a set, and Paul had been impressed enough to come up to chat with him. As it turns out, McCartney was a musician too, and performed a song for Lennon backstage. Lennon was also impressed and asked McCartney to join the group as a rhythm guitarist. McCartney said yes. The two quickly got along due to their shared love for American rock and roll. In February 1958, McCartney invited his buddy George Harrison to watch the band. Harrison loved what he saw and also wanted in. After impressing the band with his amazing guitar skills, they enlisted him as lead guitarist. By January 1959, Lennon's buddies who had formed the original band were out of the picture, and it was just him, Paul, and George. They continued to perform, though, sometimes performing as Johnny and the Moondogs. Whenever they could find a random drummer, they would play a show. Meanwhile, Lennon had begun studying at Liverpool College of Art, and there he met a dude named Stuart Sutcliffe. They became friends, and Sutcliffe joined the band on bass. He was actually the one who convinced the band to change their name to Beatles. Yes, spelled that way. Later, they were the Silver Beatles, then the Silver Beatles, and then finally just the Beatles. By August of 1960, it was around this time that they got a residency in the famous red light district of Hamburg, West Germany. They also got a drummer named Pete Best. For the next 3.5 months, the now 5-piece band played lots of shows in Hamburg. Even though they were all back in Liverpool in early 1961, they'd be back to Hamburg several times over the next couple years. Around that time, Sutcliffe left the band to go back to school and pursue painting, and McCartney took over bass. Tragically, Sutcliffe would die from a brain hemorrhage the next year. Throughout 1961, the Beatles began to build up a following with the growing Mercy Beat movement. A producer named Bert Kaempfert hired the Beatles, now a 4-piece, to tour as Tony Sheridan's backing band for some recordings for Polydor.
So with this, Harishji, I would like to invite our audience first to think for a while. 30 to 40 seconds, let them think. Imagine the success of these young boys, 5 young boys coming together way back in 1960, just around even 15 years before me and probably your birth year. Around that time, they have came together and established something which has created wonders. And at the same time, Elvis Presley, Madonna, and many other legendary singers were providing their contributions. People were, getting mad and crazy about rock and roll at that time. These days, youngsters are enjoying different music, different set of music. Probably for me, music is like only Hindi songs, which I prefer. I do not understand neither rock and roll or anything, but yes, beats make me zoom, barabar zoom. But apart from that, what I have understood and what I have gathered in my brief journey of understanding the music is music provides relaxation. But today's topic, we are not just going to discuss about relaxation. Music as a career, music as a creativity tool, music and art as an alternative means of being creative in your mainstream career. More than that, music and art to enhance your performance by investing time in a productive activity. So with this background, I would like to invite Harish ji on screen to speak his heart out about the topic.
I have been very happy to see the way people are choosing music, dance, and especially sports, cricket as a career. And the parents have been investing in them for travel, taking them along, and going places. I just want to ask those parents, do you think all the students who join these academies for music or dance are becoming good to great, or you also want to do this as a career? So my thought process is 99% of the people will look at educating their children to be good and choose a stream where they can top and be the best in the world. 1% of those parents will decide who have a flair themselves for music, dance, drama, and sports. So, my ask to the parents is, do you really know what you want from your child? Think over it. It's important.
Sure, sir. So I think you have left the audience with a question that think over it, that what exactly you want from your kids. And definitely this is a point not only for parents but for our entire education system needs to ponder. New education policy is coming in the picture where as the kid grows, he or she is going to get insight on various topics of available career options, and these career options are going to be a game changer in the life of students. New education policy is being discussed under several scrutinies, but one of the key thing is as grows, as child grows, his interest and his own clarity will come to the surface. The child will become self-aware that what exactly he wants from his life. Now, what does it mean? A self-aware child will able to take a decision, but to support him with all the means and the value system and the family freedom is required. Second thing is the society. Even as of now, Harish, you will be surprised to know that at my home, my relatives are going and asking what Darshan is doing in America. Has he gone for a farewell party, or he has gone on vacation? What he is doing? Now my parents are surprised to know that what answer they should be giving. Just before a while, I was discussing with my mom, and one of my uncle came and he has put a question through like big question mark on his face. Do you know what Darshan is doing in America? I have seen him sitting with a dog. So this kind of thing, when parents fails to understand, they are also in a pressure that if a boy or a girl scores decent mark, it becomes a talk of the kitty party. They have a cause to discuss, but when they have to say that my boy or girl is performing or is is a part of a band in a school, or is a part of some creative academy, is learning arts, not only for career but for complementing his creativity. uh, Let us take an example of Steve Jobs himself. He has once said that he is able to produce Macintosh, the Macintosh computer, and all various kind of fonts, not because he was creative genius, but he has entered into a class of calligraphy. He was trying to do engineering, even though he has dropped out. And after that calligraphy based creative fonts, which are colorful fonts, which we are using even in Windows, and our Bill Gates is a copy master. Even Steve Jobs has said the same thing in a different word, that whatever I have invented, my peers have taken it a benefit. But imagine, our Steve Jobs may not have done the calligraphy classes. Even as of now, to create that calligraphy fonts, we may be going to the artist. With a pen, they may be designing the creative fonts, but institutionalizing a design of creativity has been done by engineer who knew importance of the arts. So a mainstream career can be complemented with use of arts, even music. I have seen another example which I will share after having a view from Harishji once again from your side, and then from Alkaji. That what's your view about adding or complementing the skills with art, music, and allied subjects, which complements the science and maths ability?
What I have observed is till the age of 10, starting from 3, it is all about what the peer pressure is, what is happening in school, what is happening in play school, what is happening in class 1, 2, 3, 4, and people are pressurized. Yesterday, I was at a birthday party where I saw all the games happening, and there were 25 children of 3 to 4 years old, my grandson. So what I am seeing is it's building pressure, peer pressure, school pressure, city pressure, and the pressure that we have in our society. So is that an influencer today? Is my question to the parents. Are you being influenced? Are you looking at what is around you and forcing or asking your child to get into that zone? Or you permit the child to create from his own knowledge what he wants to become, what he wants to pursue, and where he sees himself or herself in the years to come? This is a great
That's
question, and I want people to ponder over it. Do
true.
not compel, do not force. Let them learn and let them do. Don't make them put them pressure of a 19-year-old at 9 years.
Correct. So I think the second example which I was going to give is an example of me visiting Cincinnati Museum, sorry, San Diego Museum of Naval History yesterday, and there is a detailed video which has been produced by Joseph. Joseph was a curator. He has served in Navy for 20 good years. Because of an injury on his limb, he has now started a career of making full size model of naval ships, and he was sharing me with his experience with me. People pouring him money, blessings, and raw material to him. Home Depot is providing him because people like him are on a path to dinosaur, that is extincting. People with a extreme creativity and experience in navy, he is able to produce the naval ships to the size because he knows what is various important aspect of that naval ship. So similarly, in India also, we need to have museums, we need to have art museums, art shows, and parent needs to take their kids not only to the shows, to exhibitions, to summits, to the motivational shows like which you are arranging, and you should arrange a discount for students to come and join their parents. At least some facilities are there. I just came from a baseball game. Entry fee was $200, 16,000 rupees. Sorry, 16,000 rupees is an entry fee to a single baseball game, and parents are using the summer vacation. Yes, definitely with special offer for kids, which may be a little lesser fees, but parents are taking them to the game to show how great players are on the ground, how to play like a pro. So these are the key things which may lead to India and our parents and children to think as Harishji you have suggested. We cannot treat all the kids with a single instruction that पढ़ाई करो पढ़ाई करो. किसी को तो पीटी उषा बनना है, किसी को सिंधु बनना है, किसी को सचिन बनना है और किसी को धोनी बनना है. बट वो बहुत छोटा मार्जिन से हम बनते हैं. खेलो इंडिया, बढ़ो इंडिया, ये जो प्रोग्राम्स सब आ रहे हैं स्कूल लेवल से, शायद ये हमारा फॉर्च्यून बदल रहे हैं, बट स्लो स्पीड है. अलका जी आपका क्या कहना है?
सर आप जो कह रहे हैं बिल्कुल ठीक है, बट एक मैं कहना चाहती हूँ कि देयर इज एन आर्टिस्ट इन एवरी ह्यूमन बीइंग, इन ऑल ऑफ अस, and that artist should be given an opportunity to express himself or herself. The reason is that whatever you want to tell the world through a message, it is an art. You can be an influencer, you can be a speaker, you can be whatever you want to be, a cricketer or whatever. I don't know what message cricketers are giving today. I don't know. All of you know that, where they're advertising, what they're advertising. But I just want to say one thing. Whatever I'm speaking on stage today, whether I'm giving this message to express myself or to impress the audience, these are the two things which we have to understand. We can use music as an art form, singing as an art form to express ourselves. And I can tell you there are so many students today who are using music as a weapon or as an instrument or as a tool to express themselves and to influence the world also. And I know that I have an example in my own house. My own child is a musician and he expresses himself. He does also music, he does also something else. I'm not saying he's a mainstream musician, but I want to give this message to everybody, that use music to improve yourself and to also become an instrumental in doing what you want to do. Music brings happiness in your heart. Music secretes dopamine in your heart. Music makes you feel very, very happy. And when you feel happy, when you feel harmonious inside of yourself, you can raise your state of mind and you can do so much in this world. Thank you so much.
True. So Alkaji, as I was showing, he is John who has built a history museum, by full-size ship, dockyard, and he has kept it open from the side. You can see, it looks like an actual ship which we are watching, which is docked or which is under construction. And I was so much impressed. Such kind of talent is there in India also. But one key thing is his objective is not only just to build these models, but his interest and everything, including this plane and everything, he has built on himself for the society, for the community. And look at the kind of dedication he has. The another thing is, along with his dedication, the community is supporting him. The local government has done enough marketing for him. They have given him a chamber, a huge room at a very discounted rate. At the same time, he has been encouraged to arrange workshops, to go places to places, and all the venues are given to him by government at a very discounted rate or free of charge. In our schools, Alkaji, I have an experience and I have a little bitter experience also. Probably you may also share. Schools these days, private schools, in many of the cases, even they ask money to arrange the seminars. Definitely, this is a cause of concern which we have to raise to the schools, and I am raising it, that instead of giving money to artists, calling him, inviting him, and artist maybe even a motivational speaker also. So what happens is, those who are selling the products, those who are selling t-shirts, those who are selling sketch pens, color pens, they goes and gives the doctrine, not actual experts. Local vendor, local businessman goes and does the sales. Yes, in a smaller schools which are run by individual this ones individuals who has a concern for society, arranges sessions, encourages such kind of thing. But many of the schools which are running by professional institutions with a huge fees, humongous fees, are always encouraging a paid participation. So I think that also needs to be changed. Harishji, do you have participations in school or engagements with schools? Or what is your
Participation,
message to schools?
participation engagement in school has been happening. The quantity that we are delivering and the focus that we are talking about, There is a mismatch there. You can create one or two great people in every batch, in every class. You cannot create the whole batch of 90 people, 80 people, the students that we have in high school today, all being the best. So, my concern is focus on those 5, 7 to become great and represent the state, the country. Do not move to commercialization and let every parent say, putting the fees and entering into that contest. The other day, close to my home where I live in Bombay, Powai, a school organized an entry fee contest for music and dance. There were 5,000 students. Just imagine, and you select only 5 or 10 or 15. Where are we going is my question. And where are the children being led? I use the word led by the parents. The parents have got pressure from their environment, from the place they work, from the people they meet every single day. आपका बच्चा जाता नहीं, मेरा
जाता
जाता है.
नहीं है.
क्यों नहीं जाता? पैसे नहीं है आपके पास. I have got 4 extra classes: dance, drama, craft, this and that. Why?
Karate,
Focus
Zumba.
on, focus on one area and make him a master there. Do not make him a jack of all, so that you can create value in his life and he boasts, "Okay, my parent forced on this 9 to 5, one activity, and I became the world's best." That's my thought.
Very valid point, sir. Very valid point. At the same time, as it is been discussed in the schools, that more the merrier, ज्यादा है तो अच्छा है, बड़ा है तो बेहतर है. ये जो प्रिंसिपल पेरेंट्स में है, and it is a point of kitty party discussion also, as you have very validly said. मेरा बच्चा तो ये भी करता है, मेरा बच्चा तो वो भी करता है. सुबह 6 बजे से हम जाग जाते हैं, पहले स्कूल जाता है, स्कूल के आने के बाद नाश्ता करके इमीडिएटली कराटे जाता है, कराटे के बाद ये करता है, बाद में स्विमिंग भी करता है, बाद में ये भी करता है. बच्चे को बेचारे को शाम पढ़ते पढ़ते क्या हालत हो जाती है उसको, वो फिर सीधा कंप्यूटर गेम ही पकड़ता है. या तो
दर्शक
घर
जी,
का
हमारे पास एक भी कराटे का वर्ल्ड चैंपियन नहीं है, और सब बच्चे कराटे सीखने जा रहे हैं. जस्ट इमेजिन.
करेक्ट. सो अलका जी, आपका क्या पर्सपेक्टिव है? मुझे आपकी स्माइल से लगता है कि आपको दूसरा व्यू एक्सप्रेस करना है.
Yeah, view is very simple, like what Harish sir is saying, that our family, our parents, our first teachers, our family is the first organization that a child comes in contact with. And first and foremost, I want to say that it is the duty of the father and the mother to see what is the liking of the child. If we are introducing them to music, it should be like, I'll tell you, my grandchild, when he comes to my room, I don't give him the pop music. I give him Hanuman Chalisa. He listens to Omkar. He listens to Gayatri Mantra. And I tell you, when I will play some Tibetan music, he will just cool down. He will just calm down. I think it's our duty to introduce to them what they want to take up from there. And after that, when they go to the school, of course, there's a lot of peer pressure, there's a lot of dance, and there's a lot of drama, and a lot of all that. Nothing wrong in taking part in dance, nothing wrong in taking part in drama, because that's how the child is blossoming. That's how the child is blooming. We can give all that we want to give to our child in school, whenever he is there, but look at the aptitude of the child. What does he really want to become? What is his liking? And not force them to go for art class and this class and that class. So absolutely right, Harish sir, what you're saying, that we are imposing things on our children, which is not the right thing. It's better to go into the heart of the child. And when my small grandchild I see, he loves music. Everyone loves music, but I think it's our duty to see what kind of music we're introducing to them. That's all my message is. Thank you so much.
True indeed. So I think today's discussion, we have crossed the limit of 20 minutes. But one thing which is for sure, that एक बार हमने सोचना चालू किया तो हम आगे बढ़ेंगे. पेरेंट्स को मैं इन्वॉल्व करना चाहता हूँ इस पे, and that's why we are dedicating 2 complete weeks to the parents, and that's why I'm giving cross references to them. Not only just the example of John, or today's several videos to load in YouTube about the biggest and the grandest museum, which is Balboa Park in San Diego. That it is not necessary that travel abroad. You have a limited means, it's okay. YouTube is available to you. OTTs, Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma, Seedha Chashma, and so many other things. Yeah, wherein our parents are spending more than enough. Even Arnab Goswami and so many other things. Rajdeep Sardesai, Rajdeep's father was cricketer, exceptional cricketer, and he is getting paid to criticize Modi government. Yeah, so and one thing which is gives us a hyper is hyper patriotism. Patriotism is good. Modi ji is going to win. He is a master strategist. But it is not necessary to spend 1 hour a day praising Modi ji also. Yeah, it is enough. And Modi ji knows how to win. If you want to compliment him, now do something on a ground which can make people to go and vote. First and foremost, we need to go and vote. Yes, Alka ji.
बस वही मैं कह रही थी कि अपने बच्चों को लेके जाओ वोटिंग के लिए, पहले आप खुद जाओ वोट करने के लिए, एंड मेक योर एडल्ट चिल्ड्रन नॉट टू स्लीप एंड हैव अ हॉलिडे ऑन दैट डे, टेक देम देयर, दे हैव टू गो एंड वोट. They want this, they want that, they talk about their rights, but I think it is time to make them aware of what their duties are. That is what Modi government is all about, to make our Swanirman, and each student, youngster has to be taught this. You have to look within yourself. Your journey starts from inside, not from outside. This is my message to the youth. Thank you.
Correct. So I think ultimately each message we are ending with a beautiful message, that is Swanirman se Rashtra Nirman, and I am going to repeat it till it becomes a reality. First in my life and in the life of all surrounding me. That let us focus on Swanirman. Let's focus on our family's Nirman, our children's Nirman, and till that time, just like a cigarette is bad, just like alcohol is bad, just like so many bad things are present in the family, similarly, overdose of TV, Netflix, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook is also bad. Let us gradually reduce it, if not overnight. But and we have to agree on a point that there is a need of replacing content from our daily life. Alkaji, you wanted to tell something.
No, I said what I wanted to say. Use social media for not for validation of yourself that reduces your self-esteem. Use social media for connecting with this whole wide world. That is my message. Thank you so
Agree.
much.
And Harishji, we are doing the same thing. Yeah, we are encouraging each other to participate in such kind of intellectual discussions, wherein we have created a wisdom group. It's open to all. Parents, please join this wisdom group. We are assuring it that it is not getting flooded with so many marketing messages. It's hardcore wisdom. Today we have started a topic by getting an inspiration from Balboa Park. We want to produce books which which shows the grandness of India using Canva as a software. And I want to take this as a project to all the schools, that why can't you provide create a books, create a calendars which we can circulate to all the schools. If your calendar qualifies, we will print it also. We will let's collect the stories. Even though you use chat gpt, modify it, you will learn editorial skill. You will learn skills of how to use color combinations. You will learn how the foreign magazines are being produced, whatever they have started since almost last couple of decades, even 50 years or 100 years, as a extra activities in their schools. At least government has started since last 5 7 years, introduced it. Let's take a maximum benefit of it. And in our group, wisdom group, we are going to utilize all the skills of all members to collectively grow. Even I have offered that revenue sharing model is also there. Those who are going to make money out of it, and if India Mexico makes money, we are open to share the revenue, but produce the product which I can go and sell. Somebody should not laugh at our product that this is made in India as equal as made in China. We don't want to produce something in a day or two. Let's have a thoughtful learning first. Let's learn the creativity. Let's get inspired, just like the Bappida used to do. Bappida used to listen to the music from extra, foreign countries, and then he used to replicate. And then also it used to get famous over here, but at least it is inspired. So let's get inspired from foreign nations. Use the licensed versions of the software. I'm going to share the licenses of Canva to those who come up with basic level of creativity. I'm going to share millions of pictures with them, which are available as a licensed copy, paid copy, but produce something which is out of this world. Even we will request pan India, all our panelists to go and take pictures of various places. If you want, state capital, famous places of that city, you can make calendars out of it. Let world see the creativity of India. We just do not want to talk. आया राम गया राम बताया राम हमें नहीं बनना है, हमें करता राम बनना है. करता धरता का बन के दिखाते हैं. So Harish ji, join with me in this journey, motivate people and invite people to be a contributor. And that's the same message we have given in our wisdom group. Let people become wise and take it forward. Thanks a lot. I would just like to read the messages which have been shared by Dr. Fogart. Dr. Fagat, and who represents their parents will respect each and every living being and wonderful planet. True, a patriotic person doesn't mean a narrow mindset, but reflects that he does not compromise on ethics. And I can very well recall, Doctor, in the morning you have said even corruption is rampant in patriotic people also. Which kind of patriotism is? If we can't be true with ourselves, we can't be transparent in our dealings. If you need money, you tell that I need money out of my work, but don't hide yourself and don't cut the corner. At the same time, if you are making money through somebody's effort, have that willingness and guts to pay. So we are having that willingness and guts to share our profit if you get involved with us, but make us profit making body by creating something which can be sellable. With this message, today's session been on art and music. Tomorrow we'll come up with a new topic which is very near and dear to the parents and to the schools. Thank you everyone, and let's come and connect once again. Thank you. Thank you, Alkaji. Thank you,
Thank you.
Harishji.
Dhanyavad.
Thank you, ji. Thank you very